What if the greatest shooting duo in NBA history suddenly became rivals on the court? Imagine Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, two players who redefined the game with their deep shooting, facing off in a heated matchup where personal stakes are higher than ever. How would the dynamic between these former teammates shift when pride, legacy, and a burning desire to prove who's truly the best are on the line? In this unforgettable showdown, Curry and Klay clash like never before, leaving fans to ask, can Klay take the spotlight away from Curry, or will the Warriors' legend prove that he's still the man to beat? Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, as well as Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, are among the most recognizable duos in NBA history. They enthralled spectators with their deadly shooting and unshakable relationship for almost 10 years. Their impact on the game extends beyond the basketball court. They have changed how the game is played and motivated a new generation of players to pursue higher goals. But in 2024, the Splash Brothers encountered their greatest obstacle to date, not from a rival squad, but from inside their own ranks. An era comes to an end. Nobody could have predicted that moment. Following years of success with the Warriors, Klay Thompson had shed his signature blue and gold jersey. Instead, many fans were devastated to learn that he was now a member of the Dallas Mavericks. 4 NBA titles and a relationship that had lasted more than 10 years were now broken. The split was personal as well as professional. Klay had ignored Steph's attempts to get in touch with him to see how he was doing. It hurt to be rejected. As we would learn that evening, Steph's injuries stoked a fire inside of him. Curry was expected to give a moving eulogy of Klay prior to the game, recognizing their years of friendship in public. He retreated, choosing to remain silent. It was a shock to learn that his teammate was now his adversary. The link, the chemistry, and the companionship were all gone. And as soon as the game started, it was obvious that the two previous champs would always be in love. The Splash Brothers face off. It was clear from the first tip that Curry and Thompson were locked in and prepared to show who was really the best. He immediately made his presence known by rushing Curry and causing an early foul. Although Klay was ahead 2-0 on the scoreboard, everyone in the arena knew that would not last long. Curry quickly demonstrated why he was still the greatest. After Draymond Green passed to him, he curved around a screen and made his famous three-pointer. The shot was followed by a brief shimmy, a lighthearted but incisive reminder that Curry was still the best player. As the game progressed, the rivalry between the two former comrades grew more intense. As if to mock his longtime friend, Klay answered with a three-pointer of his own and a little shimmy. But Curry wouldn't have it. The competition was about pride as much as it was about points. Curry and Thompson were the ideal match for each other on the floor and had been inseparable for years. Curry had the assurance of someone who knew he was the greatest in the world, as always. However, Klay was eager to prove that he was more than just the MVP's sidekick. He was a man in his own right, with a legacy of his own to create. The Giants' battle. Curry and his Warriors appeared to be in command during the first quarter. The Warriors increased their lead to 9 points as he kept making incredible baskets. Ever the competitive, Steph wasn't going to let this one get away with it. He was playing for pride as much as for the victory. However, Luka Doncic was playing like a man possessed, so Curry had more than just Klay's performance to contend with. Curry's Warriors were having trouble maintaining their lead as the Mavericks were advancing. The Warriors led by just 4 points at the half. The animosity between Curry and Klay was evident, even though the game was far from determined. There was no longer any agreement between the Splash Brothers. Now they were rivals, each attempting to surpass the other. The moment of change. It became evident during the second half that this game would not be like the others. Klay kept making clutch baskets, including a three-pointer to match Curry's. After a strong comeback, the Mavericks were ahead at the midpoint of the third quarter. Curry, meanwhile, was only getting started. He became more confident with every possession. The Warriors quickly regained control after a mid-range jumper here and a floater there. Curry was the only one who could bring his squad to victory. The fourth quarter was when the drama peaked. Under the leadership of Luka and Klay, the Mavericks made a significant comeback. This was the last stretch of the game. That's when Curry did what he does best: Curry's valiant last hours. Curry went into overdrive since the game was on the line. He was acting like a man under the influence. Each shot appeared to land with ease, piercing the center of the Mavericks' defense like a knife. The momentum had turned back in the Warriors' favor, and they were on top. Curry didn't stop there either. As though fueled by Curry's enthusiasm, Draymond Green made a crucial defensive move by blocking Klay on one end of the court. He was so confident that he knew he was going to win this game. The fact that this was Curry's night became increasingly clear with each play. He was going to prove to Klay who was in charge, not simply win. And Curry gave his old teammate a clear message. This was still his squad by securing the victory with that three-pointer in the closing minutes of the game. The fallout. The Warriors won the game after a fierce battle. Curry once again demonstrated that he is the best player when the game is on the line by scoring the final 12 points for his side in the fourth quarter. Although Curry's heroic effort had demonstrated to Klay, who was in charge on the floor, the emotional fallout was everything from straightforward. Klay really visited the Warriors' locker room, where there was a respectful and loving vibe. Even if they now stood on different sides, this was still family. Furthermore, even though the media may have highlighted the rivalry between the two, with Steph taking barbs in post-game interviews and Klay answering with his customary quiet confidence, the truth was that their connection would always come first. The Splash Brothers' legacy. With all of its drama and intensity, the Warriors versus Mavericks game will go down as one of the most memorable events in NBA history. The passion for the game endures. It wasn't just about the score, the shots, or the rivalry. Ultimately, Curry and Klay will be regarded as two of the best players in history. Their fight on November 12th, 2024, will always be a part of the narrative that is written about their joint heritage as the Splash Brothers. If you enjoyed this epic showdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more thrilling basketball moments and insider stories. Join the journey and stay updated with all the action.